Welcome to the Brand and Bloom podcast, where we build boldly and bloom fully. I'm your host, Ebony Rose, social media consultant, and your biggest cheerleader as you grow your brand from the inside out. Each week, we're diving into honest conversations, practical tips, and inspiring stories to help you show up real, rooted, and ready to thrive. Let's get into it. Welcome back to another episode of the Brand and Bloom podcast. I am your host, Ebony Rose, and we have officially entered spring season. We are in the month of May, and I'm here for it. I am here for it. I'm excited. I feel like over the last few months, I have been building momentum with my brand. And I've just been like in this flow, I try to have a schedule of posting frequently, but there's a lot of times, or there have been a lot of times throughout the last few months where I'm just posting sporadically. I did end up towards the end of April, scheduling out 2 weeks worth of my content, and it felt so good. It felt so good to be able to see that my brand was still showing up. I was still being able to put out relevant information for my clients, for my audience, because my clients watch me on social media. And it's just been a fun time content creating, posting, and just doing all those things. Like, I absolutely love doing those things. So happy May. I do a lot of things sporadically and on the fly. So currently I'm recording this podcast episode at my sister's rental property, and I probably will post this today. Again, I believe I said this in the last episode. I do not have a title for this yet, but it will come to me, and when it's posted, you will see the title. But I just wanted to check in because I know that a lot of people have been struggling with showing up on social media, especially those that know that they need to be showing up. I did a post where it said, if you want to be seen, you need to show up, right? We have no choice but to show up. We can't hide anymore. We cannot hide behind a logo. We cannot hide behind our brand. We have to show up. That can be very challenging sometimes. That can be very scary, right? But I came up with this strategy, I guess you could call it. And it's called the visibility reset. And I believe shortly after this podcast releases, I'm going to put it out because I really, really feel like people need to know how easy it is to just show up again. You don't have to have like a whole month to figure out how you're going to show up. In my visibility reset, it's literally 5 days, and it's simple steps that you can take to just start showing up again slowly, right? And I went through this with one of my clients, and she has been killing it. Like, she is out here I actually have 2 clients that went through my 3-month program. I don't know if they're going to be listening to this, so I won't say their names if they don't want to be mentioned. But they went through my 3-month program, different cohorts. And, after the program, they kind of took a little break from showing up, from posting. And now lately I have been seeing them showing up. Some have multiple brands, one has one brand. And I'm just like, this is what it's all about, right? Going through my program, giving you the confidence and the tools that you need to show up, not just with my help, but with your own ability that you have, right? Your own creative brain, your own creative thoughts. This is what my program is all about. It's called the Build Up Program, if you have not heard. And we go through 12 weeks of just building your confidence, building your brand, building, some ideas to kind of get the juices flowing, and giving you tools on how to show up, giving you tools on how to represent your brand in a way that aligns with your values that you have, So I am very, very proud when I see my clients posting on their own, creating their own content. I cannot hold their hand forever. I do offer support outside of my program as well, and some have taken that opportunity on. But I love to see when people take initiative and execute on their own. And I'm really, really big right now on execution, right? And follow through. because we say a lot of things. We say we want to do a lot of things. We have all of these great ideas. We even write them down. Nowadays, we're all using ChatGPT to gather ideas or any type of AI platform to generate ideas, and we're picking which ones we like, and then we're asking it to build out a plan for us and build out a workbook and build out a 6-day whatever journey. We're all using it. We are all using ChatGPT to some extent to get ourselves out there. And listen, I am not one to turn down ChatGPT, AI, whatever y'all are using. I do always tell my people to go back, read it, make sure it sounds like you, take out those little prompts that make it seem like it's AI. I always do that. But they're showing up, they are doing the work. And I am so excited also because I started a series on YouTube called Let's Be Real. And I am talking about all those things that we as small business owners, content creators, influencers, whatever you want to call yourself, are struggling with. We're struggling with showing up. We're struggling with switching directions when we need to execute one direction first. So if you haven't tuned in to my series this month, Let's Be Real, it is live every single day this month at 1 p.m. on my YouTube channel. The link will be in the description of this podcast. Make sure you check it out. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. And leave your comments if this is something that you resonate with. But I am very big right now on building people's brands, building their confidence, letting them know that it doesn't take a whole lot of steps to execute a plan that you have. I do believe that you should start where you are, use what you have, start small if you need to, but just start. So make sure you tune into my series on YouTube. I would greatly appreciate it. Yeah, but that's all I've been up to lately. I am currently in the middle of doing a whole bunch of content creation because I like to schedule my content out, set it and forget it type of thing. So this is part of that. Me recording this podcast to get it out there, to keep my podcast alive. And eventually I'm going to start having some guests on here as well. I think in July, it's going to be my first guest that I'm going to have on my podcast. And I like to talk to different people about their thought process about them posting their content, especially the ones that are taking on the reins by themselves and posting their own content. So be prepared to have some people on here. You know, I have a few people in mind, and I think I'm going to try to do it at least once every quarter, maybe, just not to overwhelm myself because I am doing all of this by myself. So, but I think the first one is going to be set for July. So I'm pretty sure you'll see some advertisements going around for that. And I'm very, very excited because this is something that I've wanted to start for a while, a new podcast. And it's just been me so far, but I'm excited to have some guests on to talk about their journey with their brands and their journey with their content creation and just their process of how they got to where they are, you know, from where they used to be. So stay tuned. And yeah, I would love it to see like some comments on here as well for wherever you're watching this. I know that this podcast is on my YouTube channel, it's on my website, it's on Spotify, and it's also on Apple Podcasts. So thank you for tuning in. This episode was kind of short, but if you follow me on YouTube, you know I like to keep my things short and sweet, not to take up your time, not to, you know, just talk over and over again about the same thing, but to keep it short and sweet, gets to the point and move it on. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening to the Brand and Bloom podcast. If this episode spoke to you, be sure to follow, leave a review, and share it with a friend who's building their own bold blooming brand. You can always find me at ebonyrose.com or over on Instagram at ebonydrose. Until next time, stay rooted, stay real, and keep blooming.